Alrighty, well, it's what time is it? It's a little past 10:30, and it is Tuesday, still Tuesday, May the 6th in the year of our Lord 2025. Had to think about that for a minute. Yeah, the truck laid down on me again. It pissed all its transmission fluid out. This place is full of mosquitoes right now. It pissed all its transmission fluid out at Drummond's Gas when I went there to buy ice for the refrigerator. I now have the loaner truck from the garage. They sent, the garage tried calling the towing company, but they weren't getting any answer, which is unusual. Normally they get an answer because it's a 24-hour service. Anyway, they weren't getting an answer. So the guy gave me the number and said, you call them. I called them and left the message, didn't get an answer. Called them back again and got the same machine, same answering service or voicemail or whatever it was. The man and the woman who owned the business there, Drummond's Gas, I went inside and I spoke to the young guy that was working in there, because I figured he should know that there's a mess of transmission fluid on the ground in the parking lot behind their store, because there's a potential for a safety issue there, I mean, and it was going to get dark soon too, and if the truck got towed away, the transmission fluid would still be there, and then, of course, somebody might come around that building, step in that and slip, and who knows, maybe they'd get hurt, they'd bust their head open or fracture their hip or something. Who knows? It could be really dangerous. So I figured they should know about it. So I went in and told the young man that was working in there, and I guess he got a hold of the owner. And the owner's a very nice lady, and her husband came to put some absorbent down on the spill. And I was talking to him, and I told him that I wasn't getting any answer from the towing company. And so he offered to drive me over to where the towing company is where their business works out of, which is actually the location that was a little grocery store when I was a kid. It was a grocery store called Giff's Grocery. Johnny Giff, a fellow by the name of Johnny Giff, owned it. And I talk about that a bit in some old videos way back. My dad and I used to stop in there every evening on our way back from Perth when I was a little kid. And I think my dad was doing a little bit of bootlegging. Johnny Giff, his brother had been killed in that building. His brother had been killed in a robbery. And Johnny was now running the store, and he was living upstairs. There was an apartment upstairs. There was an outside staircase, which is gone now. And there were gas pumps there, too, which are gone now. But yeah, I remember that store. My dad used to buy me a Kit Kat chocolate bar and tell me not to say anything. He used to tell me that the two big bottles with the amber liquid in them were bottles of maple syrup. And I used to think, boy, that guy goes through a lot of maple syrup. I couldn't believe how much maple syrup he was going through. I was just a little kid at the time, only about 3 years old. But anyway, I have vivid memories of those days, though. In fact, I even remember Johnny Giff's car. Johnny had a 2-door aquamarine-colored 1965 Chev Impala. That was his car. I remember it was always parked beside the building, right near to the outside staircase he'd go up to get into his apartment. And the building was all painted white. It was a cinder block building, and it had a green stripe around the top of it, near to the roof. So yeah, I remember all that anyway, and I remember it really well. I'm sure Johnny Giff is long gone now, but he'd be long dead, I'm sure now, but because that was well over 50 years ago. But anyway, yeah, My dad used to tell me it was maple syrup. For a long time, I believed that the Liquor Control Board store in Perth was the maple syrup store until I got a little older and realized what it really was. But anyway, the husband of the owner of the business drove me over there. And luckily, there was somebody there. And he tried calling the number and it wouldn't go through either. It just went to voicemail. And it turns out they had forgotten to switch the phone. I guess after a certain hour, they switched the phone over and they hadn't done it anyway. So that was the problem. Anyway, a very nice young woman came and got me. It's not often you see women doing that kind of a job, but she was pretty good. She did a good job. She came and got me, and she delivered the car there. In a way, in some respects, a woman is in some respects is better than a man at that job, really, because she could move. She's just a small woman, and she could just move like you wouldn't believe, and get in under the truck and hook the chains up to it and stuff, and get out from under it. It was pretty wild watching her go. Anyway, very very quick, and very agile. And because she's a small person, she was able to get in under that truck and hook the chains up and everything, and it was no big deal at all. So anyway, very nice young woman, and I went with her to Perth. We dropped off the truck, and I picked up the loaner truck, which I have now. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what's going to happen with my truck. We can't keep doing what we're doing. I know that. That my truck may just have to go away. I may have to just accept the fact that I'm done driving, really, because this can't continue. It's causing issues for me. It's causing issues for the garage. They can't get the part. They're trying different things to jerry rig it. It isn't working. Um, yeah, it's going to cause some issues. It has caused issues, and it's going to cause issues. So I don't know. I think changing the leaky lines was a mistake. As funny as that sounds, I would have been better off just to keep the old leaky lines in it. If I had known what I know now, I would never have changed them. But hindsight is 2020, I guess. You just can't get good parts anymore. It's bad. Anyway, I got a new SIM card for the phone because the phone has been acting up. So I got a new SIM card for it. It's here. I haven't installed it yet. I'll install it tomorrow. I have to call the lawyer tomorrow too. I didn't get around to doing that today with everything that's happened. I've been preoccupied, as you might imagine. I'll have to call her for sure tomorrow, though. Lots to do. And then on Thursday, I go to work again. And so, yeah. Anyway, that's what's going on. I'm stressed right out. I don't know how I'm going to pay for anything. I'm just completely stressed out. That's all. But that's how it is. There's a lot of people in the same boat and even worse off than I am. Um, it's a tough world, and it's getting tougher and tougher all the time, unfortunately, and there are so many people suffering so badly now. And it's all being done to us too. It doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this way. It's because of corruption that it is the way it is. Anyway, all I can tell you is that I'm going to keep pushing along whatever happens. I may end up pushing a shopping cart or a wheelbarrow again like I was doing before. I don't want to do that again, but that may be what it comes to. And I do need to leave this property. Living in the truck is seeming less and less like an option, even if I get the truck going again. The truck is really unreliable. I mean, so I don't know. I may end up camped in the woods behind Walmart again and just hoping that I don't get put out of there. I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, we'll figure it out. It'll come together somehow. The place is full of mosquitoes. It's terrible. They're coming in. Anyway, that's it for now. That's all I can tell you. I did get some ant traps today, and I put a couple of them out. So hopefully that'll take care of my ant infestation. That'll be a good thing. You take your blessings where you find them, I guess. So I couldn't find my ant traps that I had before. So I just broke down and bought some today anyway. But yeah, anyway, that's it for now. I hope you're all having a good night. Rocky is over there. He's there he is. He's having a little feast over there. He is having a little feast. Anyway, that's it. We'll see you later. Good night.